Imagine this. One day, someone hands you a device and they say, you can travel through time. Go anywhere, past or future, it's all yours. Your heart races. You can go back in time to fix that embarrassing moment from high school, or jump to the future and see if flying cars are really a thing. The possibilities are endless. But wait, what happens if time travel was actually real? First, let's think about the past. If you could time travel, what would you change? Maybe you'd go back to stop that one bad decision, like eating that extra slice of pizza before the big date or, I don't know, telling your crush how you feel, instead of awkwardly staring at them from across the room. You could also prevent big mistakes in history, but imagine the consequences. What if you stopped the invention of the airplane? Now you have no flights, no vacations, and no Instagram travel influencers. It's like something straight out of Back to the Future. Except instead of a DeLorean, you're just hoping your time machine doesn't explode while you're trying to stop that awkward high school moment. Could you end up changing the entire timeline? Maybe it's better if we don't touch anything at all. So here's where things get interesting. In Einstein's theory of relativity, time is actually flexible, which means time isn't the same for everyone. The faster you move, the slower time passes for you compared to someone standing still. So if you travel really fast, time would slow down for you. It's like a cheat code to skip ahead. But be careful. You could age slower than your friends and be the only one at the reunion still looking young while everyone else is in their retirement homes. Now, let's talk about the future. You're standing there in your time machine deciding where to go. You could visit the year 3000 and find out if humanity finally figured out how to stop climate change, or if we're all living on Mars in flying cities. Because who needs Earth when you've got space, right? Or maybe you jump to the next big thing in technology, like AI that cooks dinner and does your taxes, all while telling you sarcastic jokes. All right, that sounds like a dream or a nightmare. Now here's where it gets complicated. You're probably wondering if the future is fixed or changeable. According to the multiverse theory, maybe every time you make a decision, you create a new timeline, a whole new version of reality. So imagine hopping to the future, seeing all the cool stuff, but then deciding you want to go back and change everything. You might end up creating a new world where pizza is illegal, which would be a disaster, obviously. Okay, let's be real for a second. Time travel sounds fun, but there's a big problem: the rules. Changing one tiny thing could cause massive chaos. What if you accidentally stepped on a bug in the past? Suddenly, your best friend might never be born. Oops. And what about the grandfather paradox? If you go back in time and stop your grandparents from meeting, do you still exist? Or would you just vanish? This is way more complicated than picking out a date night movie. You've probably seen this in movies like Avengers: Endgame, where they jump back in time, and it creates a huge mess. If you change one thing, it might cause a ripple effect that ruins the entire timeline. Are you really ready to take that risk? I'm not sure I'm brave enough. According to Einstein's general theory of relativity, you might be able to bend time by using wormholes, but don't get too excited. They're just a theoretical concept, so if you try to use one, you might end up in an alternate universe where you can't find pizza. But here's the real question. Should we even mess with time? What if you knew everything that would happen in the future? You'd be the ultimate spoiler alert. Imagine being at a movie and already knowing the twist ending. That's no fun at all. And what about personal relationships? Would you still feel the same excitement knowing exactly how your love life turns out? Or would it make everything feel kind of pointless? Knowing the future might sound amazing, but it could also turn your world into one big predictable snooze fest. Kind of like the movie Groundhog Day, where you're stuck in the same day, over and over again, and you already know how it ends. And here's the twist. What if time travel wasn't the answer? Imagine traveling to the past, only to realize that living in the present is actually way better. Maybe the real lesson is that no matter how much we want to change things, we can't control time. Time moves forward, and we can only adapt, enjoy the ride, and make the most of every moment. Let's recap. So, what happens if time travel was real? 1. Chaos. As you change the past, one wrong step could change everything. 2. Future shock. Would we love or hate what's coming? 3. The rules of time travel. Don't mess with the timeline or you'll break the universe. 4. Knowing too much. Would it be a blessing or a curse? 5. And the final question. Should we even time travel at all? Comment below. If you could time travel, what would be the first thing you'd do? Like if you think time travel is cool but maybe a little risky. Subscribe to see more wild what-if scenarios.